Hey YouTube, it's Melanie. A lot of you know that I love knitting and I love knitting Christmas balls. So as soon as the summer ends and it becomes a little bit colder, I start knitting Christmas balls. I've knit so many over the years. Every year my Christmas tree is completely full with knitted Christmas balls. I started knitting Christmas balls when I got this book, which is a book by Scandinavian knitting duo Arne Carlos. When I got this book, I didn't know how to knit in the round. I didn't know how to do stranded color work. I was so determined to make these Christmas balls that I just learned how to do it. I started just knitting in the round, just making a ball with nothing on it because I was so desperate. I really wanted to make this, so I was super motivated. If you want to know more about how they, Arne and Carlos, got the idea of knitting Christmas ball, you should just read that in this book. In English, I believe it's called 55 Christmas Balls to Knit. I was going through the book again and I saw this page, and this is blue and white with little sort of like Delft blue Dutch teacup, and I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to make a series of Christmas balls that are actually blue and white and have more of the Dutch theme? That's what we're going to do today. I'm going to challenge myself to come up with some designs on the Christmas ball and knit them. I was thinking for the designs, I would like to have some contemporary Dutch designs. And so I thought of three things. So one is a broodje hagelslag. So it's a sandwich slice with chocolate sprinkles on it. This is something super Dutch. Dutch people eat this all the time. I thought we could do a cheese slicer. So a kaasschaaf. For the last thing, I thought, why don't we make something very difficult and design a Christmas ball with a bakfiets. So bakfiets is a cargo bike. So we have three things: broodje hagelslag, kaasschaaf, and een bakfiets. 3 Dutch life on a Christmas ball. I have these charts that are actually in the back of the Christmas Ball book by Arne and Carlos. It's the last page. It's an empty chart. They're inviting you to make your own knitting charts. So I took a photo of that page and then I sort of cropped it and adjusted the light in the photo, and then I just printed it on my printer. I have a black and white printer. And I just printed a bunch of those so that I could work off it. This is where I made my first broodje hagelslag, and I decided it was too high up on the chart, so I just redid it and made sure it was a bit lower on the piece of paper. The middle part of this chart is what you're going to see best, and so it makes sense to sort of make sure that your drawing is in the middle of the chart. I specifically didn't do any of the hagelslag, like the chocolate sprinkle pieces. I decided it would look better to either add some barrel beads or to just hand stitch some hagelslag pieces on top. A kaasschaaf is like a cheese grater, but then instead of having tiny little bits of cheeses, you get one big slice. So it's like a cheese slicer, basically. What people do is buy a big block of cheese at the supermarket or the cheese store, and you slice off a piece of cheese or multiple pieces of cheese actually, and then you put them on your bread usually. Or if it's like 9 o'clock in the evening and you're really in need of a cheesy snack, you just slice off some cheeses and put them in your mouth, or cut off a piece of the block of cheese, but whatever. So a cheese slicer, kaasschaaf, is really a staple of Dutch cuisine, really. Most people have these in their kitchen. And if they don't, they might be lactose intolerant or something because they just don't eat cheese. I like the word kaasgaaf because it has 4 A's in it, which is ridiculous, but yeah. It's also a ridiculous idea to put this on a Christmas ball, but that's what we're here for, just making it a little bit silly. So this was actually the easiest chart to do. The problem with knitting something like this when you are making charts is that if you know anything about stranded knitting, you'll know that, how do I explain this? So on the left and right of the handle of the cheese slicer, there are a lot of white stitches, and then there's like a band of 2 blue stitches or whatever color you're going to be using. And that means that you're going to have very long floats on opposite sides of the cheese slicer. And that's going to make it a little bit fiddly. But, you know, we're just going to go with it. This was honestly the most difficult chart to do, the buck feet. I don't even know how to draw a buck feet, but it's, yeah, they're complicated. There's also different types. You have them with 2 wheels, there's 3 wheels. This one, I suspect this one looks most like a 3-wheel buck feet. It was complicated. I did also change the chart in the end to have it look like the front wheel was inhibiting the negative space of the buck on the front. I'm not sure that really worked out. So, you know, it makes sense to it makes sense to try out a swatch of your chart if you feel like it. But obviously I'm not going to do that because I'm a lazy knitter. I'm just going to start and then be disappointed with my results. That's how these things go. The next step is going to the yarn store because I don't actually have the yarn that I need for this project. I just got back from the store and they didn't really have what I was looking for. Let's see, this is what I'm currently using, and it's a Fildar sock yarn. The only thing that they had that looked sort of similar that also had blue colors was this Lopi Einband. So I got 2 different color blue. This is a bit thinner than what I was looking for. So this is quite a bit thinner than this, but maybe it's not too bad. Let's just go for it. I'm gonna start. What am I gonna start with? I think I'll start with broodje hagelslag for the band, and then the actual sandwich I can pick 2 different color blue. And I'm also going to hand stitch some of the hagelslag actually on it, because I think that will look better than marking off the hagelslag in actual stitches and knitting them stranded. In the store they had lots of beads, and I was looking for little barrel beads that would look like hagelslag. They did have them, but they were not really shiny, and I just don't think they would look good. So I'm just gonna sew them on by hand when I'm past that point. Should be fine. So because the pattern is this panel, but then times 4, and we're using circular knitting, I'm using DPNs, and this one panel starts with 3 stitches here at the bottom. So 3 times 4 means 12. So I'm just going to start with 12 stitches on 1 needle. I think that's easiest to do that cast on. So 3 stitches per needle, and we have 4 needles. So 1, 2, 3. We're here. We've just done this row. We're going to do this row, but we need to pay attention because this happens here. So although I have to say, if this is like the first time you've ever knit anything ball shaped, there's no shame in just knitting it straight straight through as a ball and no stranded knitting. If you just want to practice knitting balls, that's also fine. Oh, I think this is going to be fab. Okay, I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited about this knitting up. Oh, it's looking so good. I'm so excited. Oh boy, I was lucky that I found that ironband actually. As long as you don't knit too tight, that is the most important part. So the reason I'm using the lighter blue for the crust of the bread is that, oh hang on, I think I forgot. The reason I'm using the lighter blue for the crust of the bread is that it means that, well, one, bread crust is always a little bit lighter than the actual hagelslag. And I'll use the darker blue as hagelslag when I'm, later on just adding some hagelslag stitches.
And that's it. All 3 Christmas balls with Dutch designs are done. And I am so happy with these results. And they are definitely going to have a very special place in my Christmas tree this December. Let me know if you think there are any other designs that I should knit on a Christmas ball. I mainly hope though that you're going to design your own Christmas balls for this season, this coming Christmas season. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!